Good morning, John Belcher. One thing I like to profess and push as a central core of my law practice is respect and working cooperatively with the other side. But something that I was never taught in law school is, what if you have a sociopath on the other side? And the first lesson I give anyone that comes to work for me is this: if practicing law in Los Angeles, we only can make money if the clients, opposing counsel, witnesses, judges, and others are mentally sound, not sociopaths, not mentally ill, not ADD, we're out of business. And so what's going to happen when you're dealing with a sociopath? And a given percentage of the population are sociopaths. And that given percentage is attracted to the law because it is spawned of conflict. I had a great lesson on sociopaths from a great mediator by the name of Skip Rubin. And Skip was a guy who grew up in Beverly Hills. He ran for judge against a politically connected person that was very good friends with the governor, and ascended to the bench and chaired the Los Angeles County Commission on Alcoholism and served on the mental health committee for the LA County Bar. And Skip was involved in a case with me where we had a sociopath. And he gave me a book by Martha Stout called The Sociopath Next Door. And it's not possible to intelligently and effectively practice law unless you can identify a sociopath and understand how to deal with them. And sociopaths don't have feelings. If they ran you over, they might feel badly because maybe they're going to go to jail, but they don't really care about the pain that they inflict. They typically are very methodical and good liars, and they're passive aggressive. They enjoy creating conflict and dispute. So what happens when you are a lawyer and you have to deal with a sociopath? Well, what Dr. Martha Stout recommends is that you disengage from them. Like the best way to handle a sociopath is to just not get involved in their world, because you can't reason with them. They like stirring it up, and they derive great joy from creating conflict. But as attorneys, we can't do that. The local rules and the statutes require meet and confers with discovery, meet and confers for demurs and prior to motions. So what are the three keys to dealing with someone on the other side who is dishonest, mental, or a sociopath? Well, the first key is to document, because you're going to be accused of things that aren't true. Anytime you receive a letter that outlines a number of false things that never happened, you need to immediately correct the record. And even if you think, okay, well, it's false, but it doesn't really matter, it does matter. It matters that every time you're accused of doing something or there's a falsehood, that you go in and you correct it. Second, our office keeps shadow proofs of service. So with documents that are actually court filings, you have a proof of service. But when we're dealing with someone that is fundamentally dishonest, we attach proofs of service in our files to letters that are sent. And when you're dealing with a dishonest opposing counsel, 100% of the time, when you send something to them, you want to send it via email in addition to regular snail mail, because that proves that it was sent. And if you're using best practices and you have Slack available on your iPad in court and someone says, I never got that, it never was sent, you can message your office and you can email the clerk and show them that they're lying, that it actually was sent. And then you have the situation where you have meet and confers, and you have an opposing side that doesn't want a professional and clean resolution of the situation, whether it's agreeing to eliminate duplicative exhibits, a joint witness list, or a meet and confer with respect to discovery. Well, the judges don't like it when the meet and confers don't work, and they're looking for someone to blame. So what you need to do as a professional is treat the other side professionally, document that you have offered to meet in person or by Zoom or otherwise, and document the position that you have that is reasonable. So when you go to the judge, you can say, these are the efforts that I took, and this is what the ultimate result is going to be. The good news is that just as you, without question, are going to deal with sociopaths in the law, the judges deal with them all the time. And if you've documented your record appropriately, they'll figure it out. John Belcher.